Welcome to Count Stackula on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. So today we are talking about some new collector coins, good, bad, or ugly. We're also going to talk about the market and where we think it's going. Let's get into it. All right, so March is always a good month for new releases. It seems like every year the bullion dealer pretty much come out with a lot of new material at the start of spring. And so some of the favorites that I typically look for are the new Czech Lion coin, and that was just recently dropped. We also have, I'm assuming that the Star Wars Mandalorian bar is probably going to be dropping here soon. And well, there's been a number of other cool releases, like I will share on screen here with you rather recently, like the Samoa Batman coin. Put down in the comments whether you picked that one up or not. I think it's definitely a cool one, but it's not going to be as hot as the first one from Nui. However, it does have a similar mintage, and the design is arguably better. So I definitely had to pick one up, and I did pick one up in the TEP, but although it's already shipped, I don't have it to show for you today. What we are looking at right now is just a mixed bag of what's currently in my stack and the rest that's being vaulted that's elsewhere, including that Batman coin. So right now, it's metals have taken a back seat in my life. That's just the way it goes, and that's why the content has kind of slowed down, and I apologize for that. But we can still make videos, and we can still talk about these new releases that are coming out. I think they're worth note. Let's take a quick glance at the Mary Curry, icons of innovation or inspiration. Let's take a quick look at the new prehistoric life coin, the Titanoboa, which is definitely a pickup on my list. I would say that the Czech Lion coin, I'm glad that they're continuing with changing the appearance every year, but I think this is noticeably a downgrade from the last couple of years. But they can't all be winners, and I'll still pick one up, but I'm debating whether or not I want to lay down the premium for the 10-ounce coin, because I have quite a collection of those going on. Whether or not I'll pick it up or not remains to be seen, because it actually didn't release. I guess it has a later release schedule date than the 1 ounce and the gold. So that's where I'm at with some of the newer coin releases that I've seen. If I've missed any, go ahead and put them down in the comments and let me know what caught your eye in terms of the collector coins that are available. I know we also have a few new options from the Tokelau Pressburg Mint, which would be like this Magnum Opus. This was the first one. They came out with a Numero Dos, and they also came out with a new Equilibrium. I imagine the Chronos is coming soon. I never really got into those that much, but I know they put out some pretty good material. So let me know what your favorites are. I'm kind of taking a break from purchasing at the moment. I'm really working on saving a lot of this stuff here, mostly. I know it's not a favorite in the community, but we all gotta have dry powder, right? And since my focus has shifted quite dramatically in the last few months to potentially flipping my house for a profit and buying a new one, cash is definitely really important. And while the metals are can be exceptionally well in an emergency situation, they don't really help out with the purchase of a new property unless I'm willing to part with them. And at this point, I don't really see the need, although it is cool that I have that little extra bit of buying power for even when it does come. But I'm so attached to my collection, it would be really hard for me to let it go. And I hope that I don't have to. But it does represent a good chunk of change for me to put it into something like a property. But yeah, my mind has been pretty much focused on real estate. I'm looking at Zillow every day, scanning the market naturally to see, and I haven't sold my place yet, but I have got a number of showings already and the ball is moving. So we'll see what happens. Problem is right now in the housing market, there's not a lot of inventory, not a lot of good houses out there to buy in my area because the good ones are taken and their value has increased dramatically. While what's left is kind of like the stuff that nobody really wants. And the good stuff that shows up doesn't stay long, especially if it's at a bargain price. I've noticed a deal will typically only stay for 1 week to 3 weeks on the market before it sells. And I'm not really offering my place at a deal per se. I think it's a deal because of all the amenities, but let's not get into that. I think that for me to try to buy a better place is not going to be an easy task because I have something, I really like. It's really good. But it's kind of one of those things also where if you buy your house, 8 or 9 years ago when the market was much lower, you got in at a good price, your property taxes therefore are going to be lower. Now, if I sell my home, I'm going to make a profit, but then I'm going to buy a home at the peak probably of the market, or maybe we're coming down a little bit, but I'll still be paying more for my next house, which means the property taxes are going to be a higher percentage, or they'll be a higher than what they were. They may not be a higher percentage, but they'll be a higher amount of money paid because I paid more. So that's something that I'm really focused on, but yeah, hyper focused on the real estate market lately. But that's not exactly what we were signed up for in this video. But let's talk about where the market is going in silver. This isn't going to be like a full market update because it's really just a continuation of what I've been saying previously, is that we have tested those resistance bands up at 25. We failed. We bounced down. And we've steadily been kind of hanging out in the low 20s, hovering just above the teens. And I think if you hover long enough, you're probably gonna roll over and down into those teens eventually. So that's what I'm expecting. I do expect us to see lower spot prices. Will the deals come? I think inevitably they have to. I mean, the premiums can go up, but with a dropping spot price, we don't have the same situation that we did last year or the year before, where whether or not you believed what they were saying about a silver shortage or just not enough inventory, they might come out and say the same thing if prices drop again this year. Who knows? And justify a higher premium. But look out. If you see bullion dealers saying, "Oh, we're all out of silver," it's a silver shortage, when we hit $18 or $19 per ounce, you might want to consider changing your dealer because they're probably not being honest with you. But we'll give them that. I'm sure they'll come up with some other excuses why they have to raise premiums and not take any losses. That's just the way things go. But the nice thing about the metals is that if your situation is relatively stable, you got yourself some expendable income, it's not a bad time to be stacking. I'm just going to say, because these prices are tempting, even for me. I would say if I didn't have this potential property or home purchase looming very soon, I would probably be starting to DCA in a little bit more into the metals and pick up that 10th ounce gold each month or each week, whatever suits your budget, or move it up to a ½ ounce or 1 ounce a month if you can front that. I would prefer gold over silver because of the potential for it to just pretty much, leave silver in the dust for a lot of reasons. It's done it before. It'll do it again. And people always say that silver has more potential. It's really volatile. When it goes up big. Yeah, but it's like a blue moon occurrence. It's like a once a generation type thing. I mean, if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting for that one silver moonshot to occur in your lifetime, boy, you better not be sleeping when it happens, because you're gonna miss your opportunity. I mean, there's a small window. When we had that window in 2012 or 2011 when silver was 50, it was like 6 months. So, it's not a really large amount of time. And don't buy what all these channels, these stacker channels, are telling you about how, it'll be easy to sell your silver when it goes to $50 an ounce. It'll be easy. No, people will be running to the coin shops buying at $100 an ounce. Look, the past does not equal the future, and we have no idea what it's going to be like next time that happens. So I'll just leave it at this. The past does not equal the future, okay? It's like driving using the rear view mirror, all right? It works sometimes, but it ain't gonna work all the time, and you better be careful. So I would say that sell when it suits you best, okay? But anyway, we're getting all over the place here with this video, and that's okay. So we've talked about new collector coins. We touched on a little bit of the real estate market. We talked a little bit about the silver and gold market and what my preference is right now. If I were stacking metals, which I'm not, but I will pick up a few collector coins when they appear cheap enough to me. Right now, they're still pricey, in my opinion, and I just can't pull the trigger because, you got to deal with the sale taxes. You've got to deal with shipping order minimums, right? You've got to deal with all kinds of things. So if you, in my state, if you want to get tax-free, ship-free, well, you have to spend $500, okay? So that's a lot of money to spend on silver. That means I've got to get 20 ounces or something. So you can't just, buy every time a new collector coin comes out, because you're going to pay shipping, you're going to pay tax, and you're going to pay the premium already on the coin. And that's a lot. I mean, we're already talking about a significant, almost 2x the price of silver. So you want to be conscious of that. So you want to wait for an opportunity. If you do collect these kind of modern bullion collector coins, you want to build a collection of these types of things, which I do think is a good idea. You want to wait for the best opportunity. Now, most of them will not sell out initially, most of them, because, well, I hate to say it, but there's a statistic out there that says 95% of collector coins are failures. And you know what? It's true. I hate to say it, but it's true. They will all fail, except for a few. But that doesn't mean that they won't make you money, but you want to be very specific about what you like to stack, because they're not all going to be winners in the grand scheme of things. So stagger your purchases, wait for the opportunity to get free shipping, to get no taxes paid. If you have to spend $500 to do that, just sit on your hands and wait until it's a good opportunity, till the prices are right. Don't overpay, and throw in a deal if you can to achieve those criteria, and ultimately you're going to be better off and happier with your cost per ounce bottom line. And that's my strategy as it is now. I do still think that collector coins are better than generic silver, personally, but it's going to vary from person to person. Not everybody wants to deal with all of that, and hope that a collector coin is going to go up in value over time, rather than just focus on spot. It's easier. But if I just wanted to focus on spot, I wouldn't buy generic. I'd buy shares, SLV shares, because that's liquid. That's way more liquid. You don't have to even get out of your house and drive in your car and take your silver to the coin shop, or however you're going to do it. And I definitely wouldn't recommend selling generic on eBay, because you're already paying a 13% or 9% fee to eBay plus shipping on top of that. There's no way that is going, if you sell anywhere close to spot, you're going to lose money for sure. But with collector coins, it's different. So that's how I rationalize it. I wanted to show off this guy on the channel here because I just got an offer for it on eBay, and I accepted it. So it looks like it's heading off to the new owner. This is a 24 karat gold plated double P shoe from 2020, which I think came out absolutely gorgeous. And I like these float box presentation holders that look really nice. Presentation is everything, and that definitely ticks all the boxes in my opinion. So that's gonna do it for us today, y'all. I do want to get some more cool videos out for you, and I've been a little inundated with some of my 3D printed box orders lately. In fact, I have to apologize to my buyers because I've had to delay sending them out because I've gotten quite a few orders in, as well as ran out of filament, and Amazon is going really slow to get the filament to me. So I actually put in 4 orders for more filament, which should last me at least a couple of months. But yeah, those 10-ounce bar boxes are really popular, and they're flying off the shelf for some reason. So hey, I'm happy to help people out with that. And if you want to pick one up, check out the links down in the description. And we'll be getting back on track here real soon, probably tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is Count Stackula. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tick that little bell, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all.